Yo, this is a late evening video that I would like to record and send out. A lot of times, or most often, when my son is practicing with his soccer team, I will run around the Lee Fuse complex, just get some laps in, and typically I try to get in about 3. If I do any more than that, it'll be really rough for the next couple days. But I believe, for what I know about myself, that I am most able to think deeply, process, problem solve, strategize when I'm physically exerting myself in a run, a brisk walk, some type of exercise, lifting weights, what have you. And so as I'm walking around Lee Fuse Athletic Complex, if you could see behind me, there's a thought that I have, and I just want to share it real briefly. Number one, I recently, if those who know, I recently had a deck put onto the back of my house. But in order to do that, I knew that it was, one, deteriorating quicker than there was time left on the deck, right? Boards were very weak, nails popping up, pieces of the wood rotting away. It was a hot mess. Very, very unsafe. And so at that moment, I have a decision to make. Either A, I clean it up real good, you'll put some paint on it, make it look nice, but that's not going to solve the inner workings of the deterioration of the deck, right? Or I could spot repair it, replace a few boards, repair some concrete bases, columns, and then call it a day. But that still wouldn't solve the underlying issue. The foundation was bad. Many of the boards were unsafe. And so what I decided to do was, one, find out, hey, what would it take to repair the deck, replace the deck, take off the deck, put on a new one. And after doing all that work, I realized, like, hey, there's a piece of this process that I can do myself with some research, hard work, and some sweat equity. So what did I do? I removed the deck myself. Took me probably about 2 weekends. I had a crowbar and one of those other chisels, and I dismantled the deck. I took it apart. And as I was taking it apart, I was slowly growing within myself this feeling of appreciation that I was doing something with my hands. I was actively working to make something better with my own doing. And then after I did that, I then laid the foundation for a company to come in and then build the deck. And so I share this story because there's many parallels in the work that we are doing every day. How often are we in places and spaces that rather put on a new layer of paint? How many times have we been in conversations about, hey, it's fine, I'll leave it to somebody else, right? How often have we been in a place and space where in order to do the hard work, which is to take off the deck, we solicit help or not, right? In my case, I chose not to because I wanted to get it done as quick as possible, and I wasn't totally sure if I could get help in that manner. So what does that mean? That means in order for me to get the job done quicker, I should have reached out and put my pride to the side. In order for us to move the needle from good to great, we have to solicit help, get feedback, have people join us in this journey, in this work. Now, after all of that, there will be bumps in the road. Team, I had to borrow tools. I didn't have it. As I took off the last board from the house, from the deck, as I dismantled the last piece, guess what happened? My nail got me in the hand. And so sometimes this work is gonna hurt. Sometimes you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, but know that you have further to go. So I had to go get a tetanus shot, and that hurt. But anything worth doing is going to cause us to sweat, cause us to be introspective, cause us to think a little bit deeper. So if you can, take any piece of this story and relate it to the journey that you're currently on. In order for us to do this, we have to do more than just put on a layer of paint, because that's not going to fix the system or the issue. Let's go be great.